What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala, your thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the hottest news with a touch of what, Terrence?
Good old humor.
Good old humor, man.
Yeah.
How has your week been, man?
It's been an interesting week, for sure.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I had a few friends message me like, hey, is Terrence really sad after whatever kerfuffles he experienced in the start of the week?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure you really have all these people messaging
God.
you? Every time you say, oh, people message me, when are you recording? I'm like, are you sure or not?
Hey,
Is it
God,
just
God.
in your own mind?
God, I tell you, the people who are listening now who actually did send me a message, they will be thinking, hey, why Terrence don't believe Harish?
Yeah. Or the doubt the people that are concerned, right?
Yeah.
But do you explain to them all the intricacies
I gave them some hint lah. So I'm due for like just catching up with them soon. But yeah lah. So there is truth.
I mean, no secret lah, right? I think we are the number one cautionary tale of anyone who wants to go into the creative industry in Singapore.
Number one.
Close to it lah, right? Close to one of the top few.
Why, Terrence?
I mean, Hook lah. I'm talking about the Hook experience.
Correct.
That's like almost one of the top few cautionary tales where all the details are laid out in public lah.
That if you follow your dreams, you'll get screwed.
And like what So Ryong say, if you want to pursue sports in Singapore, don't lah.
Don't. You want to pursue media also? Maybe don't lah. Don't.
No. Yeah,
Must.
That's a separate thing. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say number one cautionary. Maybe top few lah.
Top few. Yeah.
Top few. I'm sure even Soru Yong will be like, he's a cautionary tale of like speaking your mind on the track and in life lah.
But he's won his SEA Games medals and everything also lah.
Yeah,
so
correct.
He's done well.
Yeah.
But yes, how's your week? Nobody asked me about you lah. If that's what you're wondering. But nobody really checks in about my podcast that often with me lah. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't know. Then maybe you mean you don't think your friends listen and all?
They probably do, but whether they check in is another thing.
I'm surprised by my friends who listen. So if you're listening now, thanks for listening. But yeah, week was okay.
Yeah.
Flew by.
Yes.
Watching Oppenheimer tonight, so looking forward to that.
Nice. Oh, I can't get tickets, man.
Oh,
As in not in the time that I want to get it, because it's a 3-hour commitment.
are you gonna watch IMAX?
I want to, but again, I can't find the right configuration of time and seats and everything. It's just 3 hours. Like that kind of commitment even on a weekend is tough.
My friend told me he watched in gold class and it was the best decision ever. Like he went on a Monday morning when got some discount here, discount there.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
3 hours makes sense lah.
Yeah. I will catch it at some point. But now trying to find the time.
But it's nice that there's this excitement of a movie you have to catch.
Yeah, going.
There
to
hasn't
cinemas.
been something like that for a while.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. But now the trick is to watch Barbie. Try and watch Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day. Yeah. That's like a pilgrimage lah, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Doesn't sound fun. Doesn't sound like it'd be that meaningful also. How to find 6 hours?
6 hours. Then if you add Mission Impossible, if you want Mission Impossible, that's another 2 hour 40 minutes.
Oh, Mission Impossible's out already.
It's going to end its run if you don't watch it.
Oh, fuck.
It's like doesn't have that many screenings left.
Was it good?
I haven't seen it.
But I mean, the reviews all
I have
mixed,
not followed up that much. Mixed I think so far. Yeah.
Okay. But cool, man. Cool. We got topics to talk about, both in politics again.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just non-stop.
It's non-stop.
But before that, we do have one thing to kind of like, it'd be cool if you guys can explore also. We recently noticed that on Spotify, at the end of every Yalabat podcast, there's a poll question that's put up. Like, what do you think of this podcast?
Yeah.
That's like the default question. And some people have responded. So all those who have responded, thank you all so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
But yeah, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you reach the end, let us know because we can also add more questions. And then we can see the responses. And it's quite a fun mechanic lah.
Yeah. And I think we're starting to scratch the surface of how you can interact with a podcast as well, right?
Yeah, correct.
This is like YouTube circa 2012 or something when people started, maybe you can comment and
You mean it didn't start off with comments?
No, it probably did, but all the added functionality like timestamps and all these things, that all came much later, right? So we're probably at the infancy stage for reacting to podcasts right now.
True.
Yeah. So all those people doing it, you guys are pioneers. You guys are the early adopters.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
Sweet.
But shall we just jump right into it?
We can jump right into the first topic, which, surprise, surprise, it's in the world of politics.
Yes.
And there is news Actually, yesterday only. So it would have come out Thursday, 27 July.
Yeah.
The news that both Shanmugam and Vivian Balakrishnan, both ministers, are threatening to sue Lee Hsien Yang for defamation over Ridout Road claims if he does not apologize.
Yeah.
If he does not apologize, the plot thickens, man. So it was yesterday evening when both Shanmugam and Vivian Balakrishnan put out Facebook posts to announce.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's the deal.
But this is also off the back of POFMA on Lee Hsien Yang's Facebook post as well, right?
Yes, correct.
So what happened was that I think Lee Hsien Yang posted something that talked about his brother, PM Lee's failure as a leader, right? Talking about the recent Iswaran case, talking about the CPIB investigating Ridout Road, and questioning the trust that you would have in Lee Hsien Loong's government, lah.
Yeah, but that wasn't what he got a POFMA for, lah.
That post, right?
The post was about the Ridout one that he got POFMA.
Yeah. Isn't it the same post?
Oh, maybe. Yes.
Yeah, it's the same post. Yeah. So the POFMA that was issued on that post called out details about about things about Ridout that he allegedly said, as well as things about I think him saying that SPH inflated numbers, right, for distribution, and pointing out that it's not SPH Media Trust, it was the media division of SPH under Singapore Press Holdings before SPH Media Trust was even incorporated, right? So yeah, that POFMA went out, and Lee Hsien Yang issued the correction notice that was required of the POFMA.
Yeah.
But then he went ahead and posted something that basically still says that he stands by whatever he said in that post. And then that's where the threats to sue him have come in.
So basically, the Facebook post that Lee Hsien Loong put up on 23rd July, which has been taken down.
Has it been taken down?
Because you can't find it on his Facebook.
The post?
Yeah.
Which post?
In the POFMA post.
It's there, what? POFMA doesn't require you to take down posts, POFMA requires you to leave the post up there with the correction order.
Oh, yes. Correct.
Oh, I was just about to POFMA you right there.
Yeah, correct. No, but there was so basically, okay, the POFMA encompassed a few things, and that one post, correct, it's still there, you can still see it.
Yeah.
The one thing, it made the statement that the state paid for renovations of 26 Ridout and 31 Ridout because the properties were leased by the ministers. The POFMA says that is untrue. And that the second thing was that it made a statement that the trees were allowed to be felled because the properties were leased by the managers. POFMA says that is untrue. And then the SPH thing. So those three things, and there's a website on Factually that talks about all that, but he issued a post a few days later. I stand by my facts. Even in the same post that he had a correction notice, he said, I stand by what I said. The POFMA notice is misleading. Read my actual post and compare what was said to the notice claims I said.
The post remains as it is, but with the POFMA addendum.
Correct.
And then he calls out the POFMA thing in a separate post.
As a comment, lah.
Not as a comment, as a separate post.
Yes. Correct.
So he's not that in the same... It's
not
in the same
a separate
POFMA
post.
It's not in the POFMAed post that he's posting this, lah.
Yeah.
No,
there's also a post where he puts the correction notice.
Correct, yes.
And then he comments on his own post that he stands by what he said.
Oh, he comments in the post that he stands by what he said.
Yeah, there's a correction notice 2 days ago. Then there's another post that basically said the POFMA notice is misleading.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yes, Terrence, I got my tabs.
Yeah, so it's there. Okay, let's clarify. Then he posted something.
Yeah.
That was POFMA. And so there's a POFMA correction notice on that post.
In that post, yeah.
Then on top of that, he also posted the POFMA notice by itself as a post.
Correct.
And he's commented on that post saying that the POFMA is misleading. And then on top of that, he's posted a post saying that the POFMA is misleading, but as a separate whole post by itself.
Yes.
So there are 3 posts in question, right?
3 posts. Correct.
Okay. It gets complicated.
Yeah. So as a result of that, there was these threats to sue. And they basically demand an apology.
Yeah.
So reading it sounds like if Lee Hsien Yang comes out and apologizes, okay, the defamation, the suits will be taken off. But Like when you saw this, what came to mind, Terence?
The old childhood game of Uno. You know,
Uno.
when someone puts the +4 down, then after that you got the reverse card, and then someone takes out another reverse card, and then they just keep reversing each other. Because I mean, essentially that's what's happening, right? He's saying something, he's getting POFMAed. He okay with POFMA me, but then he just basically corrects that post, ignores that POFMA, and carries on saying that he stands by the post lah. And then now that has come to like, oh, now they're going to sue him for defamation lah. So it shows you that when POFMA fails to really, stop someone from going down a line of a train of thought, right? It still boils down to the old tactic of, as Do Tia Kiang very eloquently put it, sue until pants drop, SUPD, I would acronym POFMA, the SUPD. So yeah, I mean, this is interesting because very few people have sought to, whether it's legally challenged POFMA or in this way, in Lee Hsien Yang is essentially disregarding the POFMA almost entirely, right? Yeah. So this is, I think this is setting, not say setting a precedent, but it's interesting to see where this goes.
Because even when looking at the other POFMAs that have been issued, normally you would challenge in the court against the minister who issued it.
You would appeal to the minister first.
Appeal to the minister. Then if failing which, then you go to the court.
Yes.
Right. But this one, basically, he just came out and said, you know what, I stand by what I said. Because Edwin Tong issued the POFMA. Right. So this one, it feels like, it's the next level. It's like the ministers in question are coming out saying, yo, you better take it down. If not, we'll sue you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
which felt like, it's a different process from like the standard POFMA process and the appeals for the POFMA. And then along the way, a certain Desmond Lee also comes up over the weekend and publishes like a introspective op-ed about his thoughts on Lee Hsien Yang's lies. And it was kind of like an emotional piece talking about like why is he doing this? Why is he saying this against his brother? And he touches a bit on Lee Hsien Yang's ongoing case. And extracts of the disciplinary tribunal and basically that whole other issue. And he published it on patir.sg. So, and then Lee Hsien Yang has come out and replied to that. So it feels like it's so damn messy. But when you saw this,
but you're loving it, right?
I find it hilarious.
The glee that you have when you're talking about this is palpable.
No, okay, so I ping pong between the two. On one hand, I'm like, why the hell is this happening? Does Singapore need this shit? But on the second hand, it's hilarious. Like for Desmond Lee out of nowhere to come and post this on patir.sg, which I didn't even know existed until now. And actually has a long history, So if you're listening and you are wondering what the hell is this patir.sg, you go to the website and the slogan is the PAP story told from within. And the history is that it is the political newsletter of the PAP. That was first published in 1956. I'm guessing in hard copies. Then when the internet took hold, patir.sg was formed. So it's basically an internal newsletter where what they say is like stories which may not be picked up by mainstream media. And it's where the ministers can write blog posts. So it's like the PAP blog. Which I found hilarious.
Okay. I mean, it's a political party newsletter.
Yeah, but in this day, in the age of blogs and newsletters, it's almost like they sit down there, on Thursday night, what do I feel? And then you put it down. It just felt random because for Desmond Lee to come in all of a sudden, I just thought it was weird. And that's why the whole thing feels very messy.
Oh, I see. But then why the glee? Why is like so happy about
I find it hilarious. When things make me laugh, there is an element of glee. That's the primal feeling.
So which part? Just the newsletter is hilarious?
No, because imagine also like okay, here's the Prime Minister and his ministers are suing his brother. In any instance, if Terence, if I brought my a sibling of mine to our office to help with the podcast and then suddenly go somewhere and then you have to sue him. Then I'll also be like, hey, Terence, don't sue my brother. But you know what? My brother's an asshole, so okay, go ahead and sue him.
But they've had that history already, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not.
Doesn't stop it from being funny, man.
Okay, but yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I'm not surprised it's happening. The only thing I'm like, I'm just thinking about is this the right strategy if you really want to combat what he's saying, right? If you really want to right alleged wrongs that you think he's saying, is this the right strategy to POFMA, threaten to sue? Because isn't it essentially it's bringing people to talk about and read the post, right? Like I did not occur to me before you very eloquently pointed out there were 3 separate posts.
3 separate posts, yeah.
Now I know, and I've taken a closer read at all of them, right?
So I'm guessing you think it's not the best strategy, lah.
I mean, we talked about this to the end about the Streisand effect, right?
Yeah.
POFMA, people are going to read it and but now it's even next level. It's like you're going to sue the person. And some people online have pointed out maybe if Lee Hsien Yang like is one of those like 7D chess kind of people, maybe the idea is, yeah, sure, sue, and then let's get more witnesses and evidence from SLA to lay out all these things that you claim are not true, Because I think previously the only what we've heard is a parliamentary debate, or not even a debate, a statement from them, right? And then after that, some clarifications, and essentially Teo Chee Hean saying that there's no conflict of interest, right? Repeatedly. So some people are saying maybe this opens up the door for the courts and the judiciary to get involved and really ascertain what is true and what is false, So that's where like it's also like politically strategy and all that. It's an interesting turn of events.
Because then there was so much talk about is CPIB the best people to investigate.
Yeah.
But in this case, like what you said, it'll go to the courts,
Yeah, and you say defamation, right? So okay, prove that this is not true or this is true. On both sides, right? And you can ask for evidence and will the SLA want to give the evidence and everything, right? So that's where it's like surprisingly you would think that everyone would be like, oh my god, this is so bad, but some people online are saying
it's strategy.
He should, if he can, has the willpower to do it, he can pursue it more.
It feels like too amateur a reaction,
the sue until pants drop,
as in like in some way it I don't think it's as amateurish as it looks, because the people in question, they're not dumb, right? They all know how to play the game, and it feels a little like I can't imagine it being an impulsive thing like, oh, I'm angry, I'm going to sue. But that's why it seems like it. But like what you said, there might be other dimensions. They almost know what the other party is going to do, and they're like, okay, come, you want to play, we play.
Yeah, but don't forget there might be an emotional element to it as well, right? Because suing for defamation has worked in the past to get people to stop saying certain things or even bankrupt them entirely, such that they cannot do a lot of things, right? So that has worked before, and it could have been an emotional reaction to do this, right?
Wow, emotional reaction.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't know, if you were accused of something, right, and someone posted a Facebook post and you POFMA already, but then the person still keeps going on about it, what would your next course of action be, if it was you in the spotlight?
Actually, there probably is some sort of precedent for if someone disagrees with your POFMA, they do all you can. What is the next step?
There is, which is actually what JOM, the media publication,
but that's
is
from
right now.
Their perspective. If they don't uphold the process,
I see what you're saying. Okay,
then what happens? There must be something, because then they're breaking the law.
So I think it just happened to the Online Citizen as well, where they were placed under this watch list
that they cannot make money from.
No funding can come from the website, and no a lot of restrictive measures placed on the website that automatically becomes an offense, a criminal offense,
to make money.
To make any money off your website.
So that means they almost box you in. La.
Yeah. But in this case, this is a Facebook post of a private individual, la, right?
Who's based abroad.
Yeah, who's probably not making money from his Facebook or anything either. La.
Yeah, so in that case, it's probably like, you can POFMA someone, you tell them what they do, what they need to do, but if they don't do it, you ideally can enforce. La.
Yeah.
But in this case, what will the enforcement be? Like with the online citizen, there are these things in place, la,
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's like, I don't know, maybe there's nothing to enforce, and which is why they have to sue.
Yeah, to sue. La. But I'm guessing he might have some assets in Singapore and everything, la, right? Not everything was sold off or what when he moved.
Unless he's put on Interpol. La.
Interpol, la. But suing for defamation?
No, as in, if he is not adhering to the law that states that if you disagree with POFMA, you need to appeal it in the current process. I assume that's breaking the law. That would make him a criminal. La.
Yeah.
And if he's not based in Singapore, I mean, okay, I don't know the intricacies of what requires or what causes someone to be put on Interpol list.
Yeah.
But that means he won't be allowed to come back to Singapore. La.
Correct. But I don't think he's ever coming back to Singapore already. La.
True. La.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's, I mean, it really tells you POFMA is really a Singapore thing, all right? So I'm going to that point of Interpol, and also, I mean, having to justify why this person is on Interpol list and why people should catch him, like the severity of the crime. A Facebook post versus laundering, billions
or
like
human trafficking,
versus a Facebook post. The optics of it also is a bit strange, right? A bit like how in Malaysia, supposedly Malaysia was trying to use Interpol to track down Jocelyn Chia, right? For a comment. It kind of invited a lot of international ridicule as well, right?
And I mean, like right now, there is a lot of angst towards this whole Ridout saga. And if someone is getting sued because of that, you can almost imagine that there's going to be more support for him. La.
For who, sorry?
For Lee Hsien Yang.
For Lee Hsien Yang.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Lee Hsien Yang is not the most popular figure.
Okay, amongst the people who are already inclined to support him, it will rally them together. La. I don't know whether it will turn people over. Yeah. I don't think so.
I don't think, my guess is moderates are not going to be swayed by anything Lee Hsien Yang says. La, because at the end of the day, he was locked in a family dispute with his brother, and the whole thing just feels so bitter. And even we all have this feeling about it every time we hear about Oxley, la, right? Like we said this before, we literally even almost made a full video about Oxley. Then we were so grossed out by the whole incident of it and how the turn of events went out that we decided not to release the video also, right? Yeah.
But then that's amongst them. Then there's Desmond Lee.
That. Yeah.
How come he just suddenly come out of nowhere? So that also I feel like, what's going on here? Like it's just a post on patir.sg, which feels very out of place and very random. La. And it's almost like you're having your dispute with your brother and your colleagues, then there's one guy from another department, just going, hey, Terrence, you know what, this is what I feel about your brother.
Yeah, but I mean, you do, if you really look at what Lee Hsien Yang has written, and I'm not going into the specifics of what was being POFMAed and everything. I mean, the spirit of it is essentially questioning the leadership of the government, right? So if you are the ruling party in the government, you would take that as an attack on your party, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't classify it as like this is a sibling rivalry or dispute that someone is jumping in and saying, but it's almost trying to defend your party, your tribe, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't have the same sense of glee that you had.
Don't make it sound like I'm enjoying this, dude. It's almost like when you look at something, you're like, how the fuck is this happening? Don't make it seem like I'm like, dude, Singapore is scandals, my fucking just just enjoying myself.
You're like,
oh, Terrence, sure.
Stand up from reading the post and you're like, I need to go toilet or something.
Hey, come on, dude. Please, keep it PG, okay? Keep it PG.
PG.
Keep it PG, okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
No vulgarities from now on.
No vulgarities. Even before this, I also was thinking, is it going to be too political topics again? I also don't want to keep deep diving into this because it feels like there's more to cover, but we just have to. And next week is Parliament, so there'll probably be more there.
But I do think it's interesting to talk about because the number of POFMAs that have come out recently, POFMAs against people that we know like Sudhir and Jom and everything. And the fact that John is going to try to challenge the POFMA in court. They've already appealed the POFMA to the ministers. It's been rejected. They're going to try and challenge it in court. So that is one aspect of it. And then this aspect is basically saying, I don't give a damn what POFMA says. I stand by what I said. So these are two parallel and approaches to what happens when you get POFMA, right? That we will see play out. Yeah. So one is going to court, the other one is sue until pants drop. All these are going to sue until pants drop.
Must have like a weekly POFMA update. Weekly POFMA
POFMA
update.
count.
POFMA count.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the ugliest side of the politics in Singapore right now. But on the plus side, there's a lot of positives going on in another side of Singapore politics, right? And what is this?
The presidential race is heating up, man. I mean, no new candidates, but it was on 26th July, Tharman Shanmugaratnam, who has announced that he is running. He had a press conference talking about his approach and comments on other candidates, and his wife was there with him, and giving more details on the campaign theme for him personally as well, and his team as well.
His team,
So
team or theme?
Team and team.
Oh, team and team. Okay, yeah.
Team and team.
Yep.
Yeah, team and team. So it was, I mean, like even Straits Times put a note, it wasn't the official launch of Tharman's campaign for presidency. It was the launch of his platform and the introduction of his proposers, seconder and assenters.
Yes. And that's very interesting because I think I was on YouTube around the time that they released the video, and I immediately bookmarked to want to watch the full press conference. And then half an hour later, I went back to YouTube and I found that they had removed the video, Straits Times. And I was like, oh fuck, what happened? Like, did somebody say something that was like fucking scandalous and then they had to pull it from mainstream media and all? But no, I guess it's because of this, where the clarification has been made that this was not an official launch of Tharman's campaign, but it was an invitation to media to just introduce the proposer, the launch of his platform and the introduction of his proposer, seconder and assenters.
Yeah, I just said that. Right?
I don't know. Yeah, so it's there's nothing official about it.
Yeah, it's nothing official. It's just a press conference.
What does it mean to launch a platform versus launching your... because launching... You can't campaign officially until...
Because he's not even confirmed as a candidate yet, right?
That's right. Does not start until after nomination day.
Correct.
Yes.
And the nomination day hasn't been announced.
No.
So it is not the launch of his campaign. Huh?
Yeah. So I admit, I was you, I was very gleeful, like what is mainstream media trying to hide?
Oh my God,
and then later I found out, I read this out, okay, there's nothing to hide. It's just they're trying to officially saying it's not official.
Yeah. You tell me you don't get gleeful sometimes about certain things?
Yeah, I'm saying I got gleeful about this. I literally screenshot everything and all that, you see. And I think I went on Reddit.
Glee,
I went on Reddit to ask, hey, what's going on?
False glee,
yeah.
So I mean, like, what stood out to you from that whole conference?
I think the process of the proposer, a seconder, and 8 assenters. I never knew such a thing existed. I never realized that it was a thing to also bring them all out like a team like that, like fucking you assembled like your Avengers like that, to help you take over the world. So that to me was pretty interesting, and just also his theme of respect for all. I think that's worth a little bit of a debate about because remember what was Halima's theme?
Do good, do together.
Yeah, correct. So why now is respect for all? Well, the difference?
So when I heard like 8 assenters, I was like, oh shit, is this a new word or is it literally ASCENTER?
Yeah.
Then I was like, you mean what? Because he's ascending to the presidential role or something
Oh,
so it's almost you got a proposal.
Carry him
like 8 assenters, like let us ascent Tharman, and as we descend into becoming subordinates of Tharman. But no, literally assenter means, it's a term in British government it's like when the voter legally endorses the nomination of a candidate in a parliamentary or local election in addition to the nominator and seconder.
That's right.
So that is an assenter. It is a specific thing.
Yeah, and I think...
ASS.
Yeah, on the nomination papers, you need to get signatures of all of them. on your nomination papers when you submit them. Yeah. But I guess it's also a way of like, it's a political flex, right? To show the kind of support that you have, the caliber of people who support you and everything. Because these are not nobodies either. It's not like your neighbor or your nephew or anything like that. It's some big wigs of industry and everything that are part of his group, right?
Yeah.
Any of those that stood out to you?
Ho Kwan Peng, the founder and executive chairman of the Banyan Tree Group.
Yes.
Royston Tan, the filmmaker.
Yes.
What else?
President of NTUC.
Yes. President of NTUC. The Lim Seong Guan, former group president of GIC and former head of the civil service.
That was pretty funny as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Professor Veera Sekaran, professor in practice at the NUS. Kim Waiki, ceramicist and founder of Tsi Pottery and co-founder of Beacon of Life, an initiative that helps at-risk youth.
Yeah.
So those were his assenters.
Yeah. I think of note was like, I think Ho Kwan Peng is very respected in industry as well as in the in the public sector as well, right? For his views on politics and everything. The Lim Seong Guan, I think he had to come out and state that he has nothing against the other candidate Ng Kok Song, but he just thinks that Tharman is the man.
Because
Tharman
both from GIC previously.
So it's that kind of like probably quite awkward call.
Your ex-colleague.
Bro, can support me or not? If president.
I think the other person better. I think we work together, but the other person better.
No, they won't say that. They say, I really would love to support you, but that's how you make them feel less embarrassed, right? How would you do it if you were like in the office and someone, hey bro, can support me for presidential candidate or not? How?
I'll be like, it's awesome you're running. I think you'd be a great candidate. And if only you asked me last week.
You do if you asked me last week.
Yeah, if only I was really. In fact, I was hoping you would run.
Yeah.
But I was waiting. I didn't want to pressure you.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't say anything. But I was really every night. I think go to my bed. I'm like, fuck.
But timing's not an issue. Like you can still pull out of doing assenting for Tharman. You can still do it for me.
No, because I've also internally I only assent for one person at a time.
Correct. I know. Yeah, you can you can renege on your assent for Tharman and then vote for Ng Kok Song instead.
Yeah, but then I'm a man of my word I told Tharman. So it's a bit hard and I hope you understand. If I told you last week, I promise you, bro, I'll be with you by your side.
So you say if I come to you earlier, even if Tharman ran, you would have chosen me.
Yes, 100%. 100%. And then I will be having this conversation with Tharman.
Yeah.
Because I really wish you all the best, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I need to go now. I need to go meet Tharman. But good catching up, Good catching up.
All the best, man. All the best.
All the best. Hey, catch up soon, we get a coffee soon or something.
Yeah. But it's quite interesting, because now I'm actually very curious who Ng Kok Song's team Avengers are going to be.
Because it feels like a thing, you need 8 assenters.
Yeah. Now we know it's a thing. And now we know that, there's someone from the art space, there's someone from, the unions, there's someone from the
business.
The charity, philanthropy, business world supporting this person. He's a broad base of support, right? And it's only logical to vote for someone like that. But what about someone like Ng Kok Song, right? Who will he pull out?
He's pulling his Avengers together.
Yeah. Remember last week, I think the last session we talked about his strategy being revolving around also putting his wife at the forefront of discussion very early on. To just nip it in the bud, nip any kind of nasty comments in the bud and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe this is Tharman's way of countering that. You show your wife, I'm going to show my assenters, man.
And his wife also.
Yeah, he did show his wife also.
Yeah.
But I think, do you remember? I think Ng Kok Song's wife took a lot more headlines the last week, right? Than Tharman's wife coming out and everything. Yeah. So it could be a interesting strategy that people are doing.
But also his theme of respect for all.
Yes.
Because he did say something there's an interesting term he said. There is a respect deficit in many parts of the world. And Singapore will not succeed in creating a more inclusive society through policies alone.
Yeah.
So respect. feels better than do good do together.
Oh, really?
I think so. I mean, do good, do together is almost like a meme in itself.
We have made fun of it, yeah.
Yeah, do good, do together.
Yeah.
But respect for all.
You can't argue with that.
Yeah, how
right?
you argue?
You can't
Is
argue.
it ever a bad thing?
Them having respect for all, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's important that, he said that, we really should be respecting people regardless of their financial situation, So no elitism, regardless of what career path they choose. So he talked about, I think specifically about artists, supporting artists as well. So it's a very safe, safe theme for him to build on.
Then he also threw some shade, right, to some of the other candidates.
Yes.
About the affiliation, and he said it is more about independence. It's less about independence from past affiliation with a political party, but more about independence of mind and character. Yeah.
Do you buy that?
A bit hard.
Why?
Because your mind and character would ultimately still be shaped by... Isn't it saying you're shaped by the 5 people around you most?
Yeah.
So then you might have an independent mind and character, but it's not the most convincing that I totally bear no allegiance at all.
Yeah. I'm not super convinced. That's for
Yeah.
sure. To me, it's like, independence of mind, sure, but inevitably you are affected by your environment.
Yeah.
And the like you said, the 5 people you work closest with and all.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, all of us, we spend 70-80% of our day at work, right? If you're not affected by your workplace or by opinions in your workplace, and over the years spending so much time at it, then you're also maybe you're drinking your own Kool-Aid in some way, right?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
So,
I always believe, it also must have some self-awareness that to understand that people see you a certain way, right?
No, that's why it's interesting to see how Tharman is going to deal with this, because he's always been like a top minister, but never the man, He's DPM, yes, but yeah, this one is going to see him in a different light, and I'm really looking forward to it,
Yeah, and it seems like Ng Kok Song is he's up for the fight, I think there was a doorstop interview yesterday where he was asked, where he addressed the allegations that he might be there to split the vote. He said, "Yes, I'm here to split the vote. I'm here to split the vote 51-49 in my favor."
Oh, is it?
Oh, lama. Yeah. He said that he laid down the gauntlet there, to fight. That he's willing to fight for this presidency. Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Yeah. But I mean, interesting. We there's hopefully these things carry on, because there will be equal conferences for, I guess, the other candidates.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
So interesting to watch. I mean, at least we know the next few weeks are going to be super exciting.
Yes, that's right. It will be interesting. So yeah, keep a lookout. But yes,
man.
Talking about exciting things as well. What is your one Shiok comment?
My one Shiok comment is about done by Ice Milo on just our Reddit thread. Because I did mention that short film that I'm in, right? And it's called Roach Love, and I have more details about it.
Yeah.
But because I said I will give more details, I think this Redditor went ahead and made a poster using the poster of Entrapment, which was a movie from, I don't know, early 2000s that starred my eternal crush Catherine Zeta-Jones, and it became like Enroachment.
Enroachment,
Enroachment. So kudos to you, man. It was my dream to be on the same poster as Catherine Zeta-Jones when young, and now you have made my dream come true.
Fulfilled it,
yeah. So but basically, to give a bit more detail, because the director also gave me more info. It is called Roach Love, and it is part of the Singapore Shots, which is a showcase organized by the Asian Film Archive. And you can actually get tickets. It's a screening of multiple short films, one of which is Roach Love, and I will put a link in the description to get tickets, and it's going to be running from 4th to 27th August. I'll be watching on 5th August.
Next Saturday, right?
Next Saturday,
that's what I hear. People are asking me.
But this poster is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Cool, man.
Cool.
What about you?
Just a comment from long-time listener, Accidental Jurist, who says, "Hey Harish, Terence, everyone is subreddit. Long time no see. I have returned from the multiverse of work and real life hecticness. I've been listening to the podcast throughout, but really couldn't find enough time to comment for a while. So yeah, I think Accidental Jurist was one of the very active commenters before.
True.
And this time, he or she has come up with a real big text and brain dump, and you can read it's quite interesting feedback and comments about some of our more recent episodes. And Ian just wanted to drop a comment to say that I've been listening religiously and I love listening to you both. And the nice thing is that people in the subreddit were like, "Hello, accidental jurist, you've been missed. Glad to have you back."
Oh,
so it's not just about us; it's about the community.
It's like Cristiano Ronaldo coming back.
Yeah. The homecoming of the prodigal son. Yeah,
cool, man.
But yes,
and what about your one Shiok Thing?
Do you have yours?
Yeah.
Sure.
So there's if you are on TikTok, you probably would have heard a super viral song called Makeba. And it's a very catchy sound. Like if you listen to it, you definitely would hear it if you spend any time on TikTok. And it recently went viral. And I actually saw the original music video, and then I started reading out about the song. It was actually a song that was released in 2015.
Yeah.
So it's another song that caught the second wave on TikTok, and it was released by a French singer-songwriter called Jane. It was filmed in South Africa, and it references Miriam Makeba, who is known as Mama Africa, a South African singer and activist. And like when I heard the TikTok song, I thought it was some new dance track. But if you look at the music video is one of the best videos I've seen.
Oh, really?
And it was nominated for a Grammy Award in 2015 for Best Music Video. It's such a cool video. It's such a cool song. And I think that, it's going viral on TikTok, but I think it's also important people know the history of the actual song, which is really catchy. It's really cool. Yeah. So I thought, I was like, hey, shit, this is interesting. Like it came out. I think she was quite. The song got quite a bit of traction back then, but not like it is now.
I see.
So it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. And what about you?
Mine was just this. There's a celebrity impersonator named Josh Berry, who, funnily enough, like he impersonates tennis personalities. So he does really good impersonations of Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, Nick Kyrgios, all these personalities in tennis. And I think there's a video of him at the recent Wimbledon event where he just went through every character in one interview. Oh, and that's pretty funny. There's even John McEnroe and all. So yeah, he really captures all the nuances of each of these players and the little quirks that they have. So it's a pretty funny watch, like for anyone interested in tennis.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, 3 episodes this week, man. Busy
3
one.
episodes. And next week is going to be a banger, sure.
I hope so, yeah. I think it's been announced that Parliament's going to be on 2nd August. So, yeah.
We'll probably go 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah, comment if you guys, let us know if any of y'all are actually really going. Because I would love to hear.
I think we'll probably go on the 2nd, because the first day would be...
first day would be where PM Lee would be making his ministerial statement.
2nd August, if you're thinking of going, just hit us up on Reddit or Instagram.
Let us know.
So we can also bring extra 3 times 20 cent coins.
Yeah. We're going to set up money exchange outside.
Go back to my Chatia roots.
Oh, man.
All right. Cool. Thanks for listening, everybody.